After 15 months of having Alex, we thought it was a great opportunity to expand our family. We got pregnant.
We had our regular checkups, everything was great. At 22 weeks, it was discovered that I was at risk of delivering prematurely, so I was transferred to Sinai Health System to be monitored by the antenatal unit. At 23 weeks and 4 days, she was born and spent 3 months in the NICU.
Because Sophie was the primary person in the hospital, it was really important for me to maintain the positivity with Alex.
And we couldn't bring Alex into the NICU because he was so young.
Not having everybody under one roof made you feel not in control, made you feel like there's more you can do. When everyone came together, I had a sense of relief. When they first met, it was an amazing experience because it allowed us to really see the family for the first time together.
Alex had just come home from daycare with Ryan and walked in and saw me holding Chloe and just did a double take. When that moment happened, I think they just became inseparable after that. The message I would give to parents who are currently going through an NICU journey is that your journey is your own and it will not be the same as the parent in the next room or the parent down the hall. I think for us, our relationship went through the ringer. Don't be hard on yourself and don't expect so much of yourself. Take it one day at a time.
How old are you? Yes. You know, you too? Yes. Nathan born 24 weeks and 2 days. And NICU, so we stayed there for 3.5 months before we come home. I touch him, I sing for him, even I asked them for the book to read it, then I read it to him. And I do the skin to skin. Every time I ask them, can I do the skin to skin for him? So he can feel me too.
You're not supposed to look at the camera, please.
The difficult time was I have 4 kids, but my mom took them so I can get time and spend for him. So I was there every day, 7 to 11, morning to the night. It was difficult financially for me because I'm not working that time and I have to be there 24/7 with him. I make sure Nathan feel happy, so every time I'm going inside, I make sure I relax and I calm down myself and I take the happiness and smiling and go in so Nathan can catch the same thing too. My mom was taking Nathan for vacation back home, Ghana, and after I would take him to Jamaica to make the family see him. It's hard, but be patient and faithful and trust them. The nurse and the doctors, they know what they're doing. Be strong and just pray and everything will be fine.
Jack is our second-born child. I had a very unremarkable pregnancy with him. He was born at 38 weeks gestation. He was born flat and basically unresponsive. Rushed off, taken out of our hands to be resuscitated and under the care of the intensivists in the unit. In a few short hours, we learned that he was diagnosed with HIE grade 2, which is hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy, a result of oxygen deprivation to the brain. He was shortly then admitted to the NICU for a total stay of 7 days.
It was so quick and unexpected that we didn't really even have time. I didn't have time to process the reality until it was apparent that it was like a real bad situation. And then the moment we got to see him, he was clearly in great hands and being very diligently taken care of. And I felt really positive and confident that he was already showing improvements based on the diagnosis that we were given about an hour after he was sort of whisked away totally unexpectedly. Every time we went for a checkup or had somebody come by and take a look at him, they were saying he was doing really well, but there's all this uncertainty that just stemmed from his birth. I was carrying it with me and still do. For me, the moment that I felt like we had gotten there was when I first saw him running through the park. He was so happy and curious.
Every time we go to the park, we're sort of taken back to that moment. And it's a very warm and positive feeling, and I think it gives us strength daily.
Josie is our little miracle. We had tried for many years to start a family and experienced pregnancy loss and had basically agreed that we would stop trying. And when I was 43, suddenly we were blessed with this little bundle of joy on the way. Josie was born at 35 weeks and 1 day, but a few hours after she was born, she had an apnea spell. One of the nurses came in to check on her, and the next thing we knew, there was a code pink with our room being called over the loudspeaker, and a flurry of activity, and then she was gone. We were in the NICU for 2 weeks, and it was just survival mode. Wanna give Mommy a hug? About 3 weeks after we came home from the hospital, we were able to go visit my mum in Kingston, which is about a 3-hour drive. I remember feeling a bit of anxiety, but everything worked out well, and Josie has a very close, very beautiful relationship with my mother. She calls her Gaga. Whoa! Obviously, being in the NICU is a very stressful experience, and it's very easy to become lost when you're so focused on your baby. It's so important to be able to treasure those moments and not to let yourself be exhausted and worn down.